You've probably heard it a million times, right? That science and faith are these two bitter enemies, totally at war. But what if that's not the whole story? What if that's not even the most interesting part of the story? Today, we're going to explore a totally different take, one that says they might actually be, well, allies. All right, so let's just jump right in. We have to start with the idea that's everywhere, the one that says science and Christianity are just locked in this permanent, endless battle. It's called the conflict narrative for a reason, and you know what? It's a really powerful story. And this idea, this narrative of a constant fight, has really shaped how we talk about this stuff for centuries. But where does it even come from? Let's break down the classic arguments, the ones that really put these two worlds in opposite corners. So you get this setup, right? Over here, you've got science. It's all about what you can see, what you can test, what you can prove. And it's always changing with new data. Then over here, you've got Christianity. It's based on faith, on revelation, on texts written thousands of years ago. I mean, when you frame it like that, yeah, it's pretty easy to see why it looks like they're on a collision course. But what if that whole conflict model is just, well, incomplete? What if it's only showing us one piece of a much bigger puzzle? It really makes you wonder, right? Is there another way to look at this whole relationship? And that question is exactly what leads us to a totally different framework. So let's set aside the idea of conflict for a minute and explore harmony. Let's talk about a viewpoint called concordance. Concordance. So what is that exactly? Well, it's the idea that science and faith aren't enemies at all. In fact, they can be seen as complementary paths, both trying to understand reality. The point isn't to cancel each other out, it's that they can actually shed light on one another. I love this way of thinking about it. Imagine the science and faith are like two different windows in the very same house. Each window gives you a unique view, right? A totally different angle. But here's the key. They're both looking out at the exact same massive reality. Okay, so that's a really cool idea, in theory. But what does it actually look like in the real world? Where do the views from these two different windows, the science one and the faith one, where do they actually seem to line up? This is where it gets really fascinating. Think about this. The Big Bang Theory tells us the universe had a definite beginning, right? A single starting point. Well, that idea echoes the creation story you find in Genesis. Or how about the fact that our universe seems to follow these incredibly consistent, understandable laws? That aligns pretty neatly with a theological view of a rational, orderly creator. Now, the point isn't that they're saying the exact same thing, but you can definitely see them pointing in a similar direction. And look, this isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. It's embodied in real people, like Georges Lemaitre. This guy was incredible. He was both a Catholic priest and a world-class physicist. And get this, he was the one who first came up with the idea that the universe expanded from a single point. The concept that became the foundation for the Big Bang Theory. For him, there was absolutely no conflict between his lab work and his faith. And that feeling is shared by so many scientists who also happen to be people of faith. For them, discovering the mind-blowing complexity of the universe doesn't shake their faith, it makes it deeper. It amplifies their sense of awe. You could say that science is fantastic at answering the how questions, while faith offers a framework for tackling the why. Okay, so we've got the theory, we've got a great real-world example, but let's get to the bottom line here. Why does any of this actually matter? I mean, what's the big deal about shifting away from the conflict story and trying on this more unified perspective? Well, it turns out there are some pretty powerful benefits. For starters, it just gives us a richer, more complete picture of what reality is. Second, it kind of forces us into a state of intellectual humility, It's about admitting that no one field, not science, not theology, has all the answers. And maybe most importantly, it helps connect all our amazing scientific progress to a moral compass. It gets us to ask not just, hey, can we do this? But wait a minute, should we? And that really leaves us with a final big thought to chew on. Moving past the simple us versus them story of conflict, it doesn't mean we have to pretend there aren't real differences. Of course there are. But it might just crack open entirely new doors for discovery, for conversation, and for meaning. So the question is, what could we discover? What might we see if we really dare to look through both of those windows at the exact same time?